Welcome to Coaching for Creatives with Kirsten. My name is Kirsti Call. I'm a therapist-trained life coach and a children's book author. Together, we'll get the drama out of our lives and onto the page. Let's get started. You are listening to episode 52, Asking for Help. Although I have an entire page of ideas for podcast episodes, I base my weekly choice of topics on whether the topic feels right. I know this is not very strategic or organized or logical, but it usually works well for me. This week, I was struggling to find a topic that felt right. I was talking to my dear friend, Anne LaFleur. You should check out her Gift of Happiness project and website. I'll put the link in the show notes. Anyway, I was talking to Anne, and she suggested the topic, asking for help. What a wonderful and perfect topic for this podcast, right? And it should have been super easy to figure out what to say. I mean, I've talked to clients about this topic numberless times. Yet, I struggled to figure out what to focus on for this episode. I had a page of disconnected, discombobulated notes. It's Sunday, and I'm starting to worry about actually getting the episode done before it drops on Tuesday. So this afternoon, as I struggled to figure out what to really hone in on, it came to me. I needed to ask for help. Of course I needed to ask for help. I texted some of my favorite people and asked, if you were doing a podcast on asking for help, what is the most important thing you would say? As the responses to my questions started pouring in, I was surprised by my overwhelming feeling of gratitude. It was moving to have people take time to answer my question. It was powerful to be helped in such a concrete and tangible way. And people's answers were so varied and insightful and creative. So today, I'm going to share some things I learned from other people between the ages of 15 and 80, and perhaps a few things I learned through my own experience. So let's start with why it's so hard to ask for help. Several people had great things to say about this. Number one, it's hard to ask for help because it feels like a sign of weakness. Number two, it's embarrassing because, again, sign of weakness. But life is messy, right? We aren't the only ones who need help. Number three, we are fiercely independent in our culture and taught to do things for ourselves. Number four, it's uncomfortable to ask for help because you have to be vulnerable and humble to ask for help. Number five, it's hard to ask for help and it's hard to know exactly what you need. Number six, you're afraid of being a burden. Number seven, you're afraid of rejection and of someone refusing to help when you ask. Number eight, you feel like a failure if you can't do it alone. All competent people need help sometimes though, right? Now let's talk about how asking for help changes us. Number one, asking for help shows intelligence. It means you know you can't do it alone. It shows self-awareness and a desire to become better. Number two, asking for help shows strength and wisdom. You're asking for help from someone who knows more, who has more experience. Number three, asking for help allows for change to occur, and that's the only way we can move forward in our journey of life. Number four, asking for help shows a growth mindset. Number five, asking for help creates connection. There's a special bond with someone when we're willing to be vulnerable and accept help. Number six, asking for help doesn't diminish you or your final product. This is why we have critique partners, right? In fact, it enhances everything, creatively or in our lives. Number seven, using all the resources available to you is one of the most important skills you can learn, and that includes asking for help, right? So here's some tips for asking. Number one, don't beat around the bush. Say what it is you want so the person you're talking to understands. Number two, ask for help. Don't demand help. Number three, when you ask for help, be willing to try and use the help you've been given. Number four, be specific about your plan so whoever you're asking understands what kind of help you need. Number five, when someone doesn't choose to help you in the way you want them to, don't take it as a personal rejection. Number six, be open to alternative solutions. Number seven, give yourself permission to be wrong about something and to learn from other people's creativity and experience. And number eight, find the best resources and be curious and humble. Number 9, assume people want to help. Lots of people who I asked said people want to help you more than you think they do. I think we do worry about being a burden, but people are so much more willing to help than we give them credit for. Give people the chance to serve and help you. I'm going to quote Anne LaFleur's thoughts because, after all, she is the reason this podcast exists. Her thoughts. She said 3 things. 1, asking for help is a gift to the person you're asking because it gives them a chance to contribute to you, which feels great, right? People want to see the people they love succeed. Number 2, it's important for it to be an invitation to help rather than a demand, where there's pressure for them to say yes or else experience another kind of negative consequence from you. People want to help voluntarily, not because they feel like they have to. And the 3rd thing she said was, you aren't always going to know or be in control of who actually offers the help or what form it will take, but acknowledging your need for help and being willing to ask for that need to be met is essential. So, if you're feeling hesitant to ask for help, ask yourself these questions. Why am I resisting asking for help? Am I willing to feel compassion for myself? Do I feel compassion for others? How can I authentically allow others to feel compassion for me? What can I do to help myself be willing to receive? What I learned from my experience of asking for help today is don't hesitate to ask for help. Ask more, ask often. And if the answer is no, you're no worse off than you were originally. But people will most likely surprise and delight you. Give yourself permission to receive. Pay attention to your relationships. Asking for help and receiving help is an incredible way to connect. So be vulnerable. Be dauntless. Ask for help. Give help. My plea for help today was a resounding success. Next time I'm struggling, I won't hesitate to ask for help. Until next time, keep smiling. If you like what you've heard, check out my Get Yourself Unstuck program. Go to KirstenCall.com. That's KirstineCall.com and schedule a free consultation today. Coaching for Creatives is produced by Kirsti Call. Music and audio engineering by James Call.